What's happening, people? It's Music Monday. And on the chopping block today is a tune called What If I Were a Star? And this has a really interesting story behind it. Alright, so I had this little piece of music I was fooling around with, tuned in C, capoed on the second of the little picking part. And I'd been fooling with that, and I'm like, I like that. So at some point, I put the music with no lyrics to it on my Patreon page. And Patreon is a tiered membership group I've got going. It's kind of like a fan club, but it's way more than a fan club. It's a membership, and I put all kinds of cool content, and do special shows, and just it's kind of an inner circle, really. If you're into Coyote, check it out. I had this idea. I said, you know what? I am going to let I want my Patreon members to tell me what they think about when they listen to this piece of music. So I put it on there, just an audio file, no lyrics, no singing. I said, all right, y'all, what do you think about when you listen to this music, this piece of music? People started writing stuff back in, and I think one of my members, a girl up from upstate South Carolina named Allison Grindstaff, said, you know, it reminds me of the stars, the cosmos, and outer space. And I'm like, well, all right, cool, that's what it'll be about. So a couple days go by, you know, I think about starting to write it, and I just had this idea. I said, you know what? I'm going to let my Patreon members write the lyrics to this song. And so I got back on there and I said, we're going to do something fun and totally different. So I said, here's the theme. The theme is outer space, the cosmos, stars, interplanetary, whatever. Keep it in that theme, and everybody who wants to help me write this song gets one line. Get to write one line. So chime in. Man, I think 38 of them or 34 of them chimed in and wrote a line. I couldn't believe that many of them. Everybody jumped on it. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a real challenge to figure out how to do this. So I took all the lines and I started organizing them into about 4 or 5 different piles, groups that kind of made sense together when you had a certain theme that looked like it would go with the next line. They were all over the map, so I kind of had to corral them into something that made sense for each verse. All right. One of them that came in, there were some great, very fantastical lines written in this song. But one of them that really jumped out to me was one that my friend Chris Sanders in Hilton Head wrote. And it said, what if I were a star, constantly longing for the attention of the spectators below. So turning around like a star, looking down on earth, looking at people, like trying to get their attention. I'm like, wow, that's really clever. So I knew when I saw that line, I said, that's going to be the hook in the theme of the whole song. Once I got that, the rest of it kind of was easier to put into place of where it went. It took me probably, I don't know, I fooled around with it for 3 or 4 hours, probably getting it into the right place to make it make sense, and then make the lyrics flow. I think I had to add one line myself, change a couple words on a few of them to make it fit melodically in the phrasing. But once we got that, it was done. I couldn't believe how good it came out. And it was such a cool idea that I decided, you know, once a year, I let my Patreon members write a lyric to one of these new songs. Last year was Roads. I come up with that one, put that one on there, and we'll talk about that one further down the road. But hey, just another interesting tidbit we do with this group. Look, if you haven't gone into that patreon.com/Matthew B. Mays, look at it. I'll put it in the link so people can check it out. If you ever want to write a song with somebody or one of your favorite bands, this might be your chance to do it if we happen to be that group. I don't think there's a whole lot of artists or bands doing that. I've never heard anyone else doing it. So we stumbled into it. It's fun. We're going to do one a year. I'll put the Spotify link in the bottom of the bio, and on the Facebook post you'll just see it. So it'll link straight to What If I Were a Star, and you can check it out and listen to it. And I'm trying to think if there's any more tidbits about that one. That's pretty much the whole backstory on how that thing came together. It came out really came out pretty good. I was quite surprised, really, and it was challenging to do. And that is what is on in the old skillet for Music Monday. And as Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story.